restaurants take center stage in tonight's Dirty Dining. Both serve the popular Vietnamese noodle dish known as pho.
But the similarities, they end right there. 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears shows us one owner who is willing to talk about health violations, the other, not so much.
It may sound crass to say frass, but in reality, what I'm saying is the technical term for roach feces. And there was plenty of that and the roaches that left it behind at a local restaurant. That restaurant is Pho MaiLan on Eastern and Sunridge Heights. All the black dots you see next to this poster at the edge of the prep counter, that's frass, commonly known as roach droppings. Pho MaiLan was shut down June 25th for a multi-generational cockroach infestation. It got a total of 34 demerits. Are you Mr. Wynn?
Yeah.
Restaurant owner Stevis Wynn didn't say yes to much else on camera.
But I don't want the camera. I can talk to you. I'm okay with that, but the law allows me not to be on the camera.
Yeah, you don't have to be on.
Yeah,
I just want to give you a fair shot.
No, that's fine. I just don't want the camera. I can talk to you, openly about what happened.
We stopped recording, but still pressed him on all the violations, like black mold in the ice machine chute, a strainer pot stored upside down on the dirty floor, and cook line equipment, like the stove, excessively soiled with grease buildup. Inspectors also noted multiple areas for roaches to hide and breed in the cabinet area, grouting and unsealed baseboards. They found the freezer floor dirty with food spills, trash and debris, and lots of food in the temperature danger zone that had to be thrown out. Wynn told me he knows his staff made mistakes and he had to fire his pest control company. But as the boss, he says the buck stops with him and he takes all failures as his own. He called the inspection process a learning experience. Pho MaiLan was back to a 5 demerit A grade on July 1st. While one man shied away from the camera, another greeted it with open arms.
We always have A's in the past, and this is the first C grade. That's why I'm...
Peter Vu owns Pho Saigon 8 on Rainbow and Mall, which got a 40 demerit C grade on June 24th. One more and the health district would have shut you down. So what happened that day?
So I admit this was a disaster. Some of it was our fault, but some of it, I think it has to do a lot with the language barrier and cultural difference.
For example, date labels. His staff writes month, then day, so he says the health district misinterpreted things as expired when they were not. The inspection report shows tofu dated back to early May, meatballs from April, and kimchi and cooked pork from March. Vu says they explained to the inspector that the food was fresh and the discrepancy was just in how they write dates, but it still resulted in demerits.
Sometimes some inspectors are more strict than the others. I know they just doing their job, but...
Other violations included shelves lined with heavily soiled foil.
Just before we have the soil here, they didn't like it, so we took it out.
Dirty cooking utensils, equipment, and floors.
It was a little bit, not much. But I told my guy to do a better job cleaning.
And uncovered sauces, soups, and cooked chicken in the fridge.
Yeah, so that was our fault, so we fixed that.
Vu says the biggest issue is inspectors who are inconsistent in enforcing the rules.
We need to know what is expected of us.
In his experience, one inspector says something's fine, but the next might find fault, and he says that hurts the industry as a whole, especially in the Asian community.
Yeah, so we have to keep this at room temperature.
He's hoping inspectors will take the time to better educate themselves on Asian culinary customs. And he's also hoping customers give him a second chance.
You know, you're telling me how hard you're working for 2 years to build up your business, and then something like this happens and you almost get shut down. You get the highest demerits, you wind up on Dirty Dining. What's your message to your customers?
So I feel very pretty disappointed myself for getting a C grade, but I can guarantee the customer that we're not serving bad food.
Pho Saigon 8 was back to a 0 demerit A on July 2nd. On our website, you'll find 2 more imminent health hazard closures, both of them for pest infestations. Las Famosas de Jose and repeat offender Antojitos Guayabitos food truck. Details on both at ktnv.com. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.